I work nights for the Rosenberg Police Department. In over 19 years of service, I've seen some crazy things. But there's a memory of a face that I'll never forget. It was a typical shift, the kind where calls are minimal. A few disturbance calls and some traffic stops here and there. Around 2 a.m., the radio was silent. I figured I'd focus on some recent reports of thefts in new construction areas. I positioned myself in a cul-de-sac inside of a neighborhood called Sendero, turning off all my lights and facing a row of newer homes that were still under construction. The plan was pretty straightforward: catch some thieves in the act of stealing some appliances or building materials. As the minutes ticked by, I found myself growing restless. At around 3 a.m., with nothing happening, I pulled out my phone and started scrolling through social media. The light from my phone and from the moon were the only sources of illumination, casting long shadows across the empty street. After several minutes of watching pointless videos, I glanced up towards the construction site, and that's when I saw her. A female figure stood near the front passenger side headlight of my patrol car. The moonlight illuminated the left side of her face, revealing a blank expression and eyes that seemed to harbor a deep sorrow. She appeared to be a teenager. Her clothing was reminiscent of colonial times, yet elegant. In that moment, we locked eyes. I tried to look away or move, but it was as if I was caught in a spell. I could see the rest of her body out of the corner of my eye, and what struck me was how translucent she appeared, almost as if she was made of mist. Despite the chill in the air, my body felt cold. A shiver ran down my spine. For what felt like an eternity, we remained in that unnatural gaze. Then slowly, she began to move. Her body glided across the front of my patrol car towards the driver's side, our eyes still locked. I could feel my heart pounding in my chest, each beat vibrating through my body like a distant drum. As she rounded the front driver's side headlight, I felt a sudden release from the trance. Panic surged through me. I threw my car into drive, speeding forward without a second thought. I didn't dare look back. I was terrified of what I might see. I left the neighborhood and headed towards the nearest gas station. My mind was racing. I took a few moments to gather myself, splashing cold water onto my face, trying to shake off the encounter. The clerk gave me a puzzled look, but I didn't have time to explain. After a few moments, I steeled myself and drove back to the cul-de-sac, this time with all my lights on. Whatever I had seen, I needed to confront it. But when I returned to the scene, there was nothing. No girl, no haunting presence, just the quiet stillness of the night. I drove through the area multiple times over the following weeks, keeping an eye out for her, but I never saw her again. To this day, I still wonder who she was, and why she chose to reveal herself to me. Some say ghosts are merely echoes of the past trapped in time, but I know that whatever I encountered in that cul-de-sac is a memory I'll carry forever. A haunting reminder that not all things in the night are meant to be understood.